Hey guys, it's Evil Aniki, and today we're at a very special anime convention because we are at Wow. Hey guys, it's Evil Aniki, and today we're here at CarrierCon 2024. We're going to check it out. This is a very special anime convention because it is on board the USS Hornet. This is like a war museum almost. There's like a bunch of planes all over, but they're having an anime convention inside of it, so there's like an artist alley inside the ship, which is just absolutely crazy. But there's going to be a lot of Nikke and a lot of Azrael Lane today, and a lot of ship girls, I think. Just a lot of ship girls in general. We're going to get into this video, but be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, if you want to see more of this amazing content, because I got a lot of cons coming up. But let's get into it.
And this being my very first NorCal convention, I'm gonna have to subject you guys to an obligatory travel montage.
And we're off the flight, heading into San Francisco Airport. Gonna catch an Uber in a bit and head on over to the USS Hornet. Hello.
Hello, welcome in. All right, you're good?
Okay. No wristband, no nothing?
No, you're good.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
So after coming to CarrierCon, I'm definitely gonna have to reevaluate some of the conventions I end up going to in the future, because this really set the bar high for a one-day anime convention. And it's not just anime, there's other fandoms here as well, like Call of Duty and Star Wars and all sorts of different things. I actually heard from someone that Star Wars might be using one of the ship interiors in the movies somewhere. I don't know exactly, but it would make sense. It's a really cool location. And all of these planes and helicopters and military vehicles in here just are phenomenal. They also had a few vendors here that really stood out. V-Fleet is a ship girl VTuber group, and they are in their V2 era of VTubers. I think apparently the original mascot for CarrierCon was part of V-Fleet as a VTuber. I believe her name was Hornet-chan, and she graduated very early on into her VTubing career. Not too sure about the specifics there, or even if I'm right about any of that, but it's super interesting. Ship girls are kind of like a niche category, and I don't think I've seen any other ship girls in VTubing in general, and I'm usually pretty, like, in tune with the VTubing community, so it's kind of interesting to see a whole group just dedicated to ship girls in general, because that's cool. But they also have a lot of people standing around who work for the museum that are blocking people off from going into areas that they shouldn't be going to, and unfortunately I didn't get to go to everywhere on the ship. I actually skipped out on the lower deck area, unfortunately. I wish I had gone, but I was having so much fun filming cosplayers on the upper deck that I didn't get to it. There's also an artist alley here, and we'll walk through this a little bit later, but it's pretty packed in here. There's a lot of people at CarrierCon, a lot more than I was expecting, and from what I've seen photos of, it seems like definite increase from previous years. But I mean, I liked it. This is a really good crowd size, in my opinion, especially for a one-day con. I mean, this is probably the most people that have been on the ship in a long time.
So
Carrier Con is absolutely packed. I'm told this is like 30% increase from last year. At least from someone who's eyeballing it. So that's pretty crazy. There's a lot of people here. A lot of cosplayers. This is a big cosplay convention.
But yeah, they do hold other events aboard the ship. I've heard there's a rave and several other type of events. They also do overnights, and I'm actually doing the overnight myself. We'll check that out later. They also have a main stage, and as I was walking by, there was a V-Fleet panel going on. And then one of the big vendors here today is Azur Lane. They also have rented out the ship before previously. I believe it was for their 5th anniversary. They had like a big, I don't know if you'd consider it like a mini convention or like a party. I'm not too sure what it was, but someone was telling me they went and it was fun. I mean, the big group of people that come to this convention for anime are Azur Lane fans, and Nikke was pretty big here this year. They don't have like an official booth, but I came out because there was a big group of people cosplaying Nikke here, and I wanted to, you know, I have to go anywhere where there's Nikke, guys. But Azur Lane's pretty cool. So basically at this booth, it was really packed at the beginning of the day, and so here I am later in the day, and it's much easier to get in there. But basically you just go in, take a little picture, and then tweet about it with some hashtags, and they give you a whole bunch of free junk. Looking at it, let me see what they gave me. They gave me 2 postcards. One has the ship on it, which is pretty cool. It's an official Azur Lane postcard. And then the other one is art. And I think it also has the ship on it, but it's kind of just, it's got more anime girls on it. Oh, it's actually got some of the girls that were cosplaying there as well, which is pretty cool. And then they gave me something else. It's like a little cutout of one of their characters, and she's like in a box. I don't really know much about Azur Lane, but it's cute. And then I got a pop socket as well with another character. I'm holding these up in my hand. I'm not going to put pictures, guys. I'll tweet about it or something. But yeah, a phone grip pop socket type thing. Pretty cool. But here we are in the artist alley as well. This footage didn't come out the best. I think I was fiddling with my settings and it kind of lowered my exposure, so it kind of got dark. So I'm having to brighten this up in post, and it might look a little grainy to you guys, but whatever. It is what it is. So Artist Alley here was pretty packed. I want to say the vendors probably made some pretty good sales. I will say, out of all the vendors there, I didn't really see much that I was into. It was a definite different vibe than a lot of the LA conventions I go to. I was expecting more like waifu art and maybe more mature stuff, but it was interesting because it seemed like it was like a lot of VTuber, and you know, it seemed like a lot of it was geared towards women in general, like a lot of Genshin and Niji Sanji and just stuff that's not like over sexualized, because I feel like that's the kind of stuff that men usually go for in general. But booths were definitely popping at this event. I don't know the details about anyone's booths, but I imagine everyone did pretty good sales wise. This is actually the Rose City Anifest boys booth with LA Manga Cafe, and I checked them out for a little bit. After that, I went and watched a panel. This is for ElfQuest. Apparently they got like a option for a series.
What even?
And there's just so much to see on this ship. At the moment, I'm heading to the nose of the ship. I got lost on the ship, to believe it or not, just trying to find how to get to the flight deck. There's a bunch of like staircase ladders type things on the side. I call them a staircase, but it's kind of like a ladder that is a staircase. They're very tight fit. A lot of people were hitting their heads and arms and feet and all sorts of different things. And here we are on top of the flight deck. This is probably what everyone wants to see. I'm going to have a little bit of a cosplayer montage, and then I'm going to go into the Nikke stuff, and I'll talk a little bit about the Nikke stuff, but there was so many different people here cosplaying. I was on this flight deck for like 3 or 4 hours, and I will say there's no water up here, and that's a big detriment. I was kind of getting like some heat exhaustion up here. Even though it wasn't that hot of a day, it's just like you're on a giant metal frying pan, and you know, they could have used some water up here or something. But let's check out some cosplayers.
You pull your hair on a back slick. You know I like it like that. The other girls in the backseat, me in the front 'cause I'm bad. And it feels like the prom. Guess I never saw a little drum.
But if you guys have ever seen any of my videos before, you'll know that I'm a huge Nikke head. I love Nikke. Big fan. It's probably my go-to phone game at the moment. Love streaming it as well. Be sure to follow me over on Twitch if you want to see some of the updates. I'm going to be posting this video probably like the same day as the ReZero update comes out. So I'm super excited for that. I'm not a big ReZero fan, but it's finally a collab with some pretty anime girls. Because, I mean, I liked the Nier Automata one, but like, I'm not a big fan of that. And the girls were pretty, but it's not really anime. It's kind of just like another video game. But this Nikke meetup was phenomenal. This was probably one of the better Nikke meetups I've been to. The scenes, like just the whole scenic location and the venue just really adds so much to this. And you'll see once I get to my little Nikke montage here in a second what I mean, because it's just so beautiful at this ship. The USS Hornet makes for great ship girl videos and photos, in my opinion.
Firepower!
I would make a world like you. If we are lucky, we stay in this place as if we are at home every night and day. If there's a magic, I would be forever with you. If with some fortune, we can always be here on this beautiful beach just for you and me. We've been through some tough times. There are many things we're dealing with. Forget it for now, but no way to this time. Just come on and dance with me. Move your feet, let us see it. We go like your eyes, don't be afraid.
And who's your favorite Nikke?
Come on, you're gonna ask me that? No, okay, Scarlet. Scarlet.
Oh, and who's your favorite Nikke?
Ooh, right now it's Naga. It used to be Rupe. Now it's Naga.
Who's your favorite Nikke?
Oh my god, that's such a tough question. I like Soda a lot. I guess she's probably my favorite. I like Ludmilla, but the winter Ludmilla outfit.
I feel you on that. I feel you on that. Okay, who's your favorite Nikke?
I want to say it's either Alice or actually Neve.
Okay.
I like both of them.
Who's your favorite Nikke?
I don't play the game. I chose this character because she looks like my other favorite character.
And then can I ask you one question? Who's your favorite Nikke?
Rosana. It's Rosana and Maiden, but Rosana.
Who is your favorite Nikke?
Ruby, 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 bunny girl, Ruby.
Who's your favorite Nikke?
Oh my gosh. My favorite? I'm gonna say Soda for now. Soda for now.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Who's your favorite Nikke?
Noir.
Okay, and then for the question, who's your favorite Nikke?
Ooh, Dorothy. I started playing for her and she'll always be my favorite.
That was such a fun little thing I did there. I've not really interviewed people before, so it's kind of something new. But this is such a cool shot. I absolutely love this shot. I'm going to be posting this to Instagram as well, because this is such... this is probably the best shot I've gotten from any of the Nikke meetups I've gone to. But moving on from Nikke, it's time we check out the Cosplay Wrestling Federation. I came to check out this panel because it was right before the Cosplay Contest and I wanted to get a good seat, but it was a lot of hype.
We would like to welcome everyone here to the Cosplay Wrestling Federation! Please give it up for Matt, the rock star. Carrier Con, I have to actually applaud you. By being on this boat, this is probably, judging by the smell, the closest that any of you all been to a source of water.
So this show was a lot of fun, a lot of hype, very crowd interactive, and it's kind of like a dance battle, rap battle, insult battle. It's just so many different things all wrapped into one, and it all is based on crowd reaction. So each contestant gets introduced one by one, and they each have like their own little like spiel that they go on at the beginning here. So they all have like an intro song, and They all have like a little dance, and then they come up and give a few words, and it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. This was probably way more fun than I was expecting it to be. I was just trying to get a good seat for the cosplay contest after this, and I ended up having a lot more fun than I thought I would. And yeah, I mean, I just love booing and cheering in general, but they actually do this show throughout different locations on the West Coast as well. And I believe I actually saw one of these at a different convention as well. And I think each version has like a different prize for the champion. And here they have like a medallion on a necklace that says boat. It's best of all time. But the reigning champion is about to come out, and let's see what he says.
Are you ready to meet our champion? Introducing.
So after the reigning champion comes out and gives his little speech, each of the contestants come out and they do a little 1v1 with the champion. And then based on the crowd reaction, they get to pick who goes on to the finals. And each of the contestants, some of them are like, you know, heroes, some of them are villains. And it's really fun to boo the villains. I mean, they were eating it up. So spoilers here, Papa the Rapper ended up winning the audience vote, and so he went on to the finals to challenge the reigning champion, and they had an epic battle, and here's the results of who got chosen to be the winner.
I made my decision. So give it up for the winner of Book Show 2024. For the best of all time title. Give it up for our new champion!
So he's going to have to come back next year and defend his title. And each event they go to, they have a different, you know, champion prize. So I've seen different locations where they have like a belt. But it's time for the cosplay contest. It got absolutely packed, so I'm glad I was able to grab a seat. This is definitely a contest you don't want to miss.
The stars are aligned, trouble's all out of sight.
So as the judges are off on the side debating the winners amongst themselves, they have the host of the cosplay contest pull up some people and do little interviews and, you know, let people shout out some of their friends and whatnot and give just a speech about cosplay and why they started cosplaying in general, because they need to fill time for these judges. This was a tough competition. There was a lot of people in this cosplay contest and they got through it fast. I've seen cosplay contests with half as many people take way longer. And I think all of the shows here were very well organized and very thorough with their usage of time, and it was actually pretty impressive. Everything was run really well. But they then came out and they had their judge picks. So these are not the winners, but people they like wanted to give honorable mentions to. And then they started calling up the winners, and they have different categories, so it's not like third, first, and second, but you know, best performance and whatnot.
Best performance or best presentation is going to go to Sundrop and Moondrop. Alright, so for best craftsmanship. And I was also really impressed by they have a very fun crossover. How they made it overall is just practical and just it's travel friendly. You know, when it comes to cosplay, trying to travel with things and trying to figure out the mechanics is also a challenge, but they just made it seem easy. Everything just comes apart. They have the mechanics for it. They just overall, like, their build is amazing. So best craftsmanship goes to Ironblood and Azure. Oh no, Azure Lane. Our best show goes to Lee. Congratulations to all our winners. Let's give them another round of applause. Thank you so much for coming to the CarrierCon 2024 Cosplay Contest. I'm Cosplay. I had so much help from my friend Amai May. Please come in. Please come to the stage. She has been my helper all day, and we would not have been able to do this contest without her. And again, please thank you to our amazing judges, the Fashionable Cupcake, Kira Masquerade, and Stitchfully Bewitched.
And oh my goodness, this cosplay contest was phenomenal. There was so many people, and if you're a cosplayer, especially if you live on the West Coast, this is a convention you have to come check out. This is a very cosplay-centric convention, and I highly recommend it. You know, this has to be on your list of, you know, must-go-to conventions for the future. Just trust me on it. But one thing I would not recommend is sleeping on the ship, which is what I did, and we're gonna get into that right now.
And that's gonna be a wrap on CarrierCon 2024, guys. I'm gonna go ghost hunting, but that's not really part of CarrierCon. It's like part of the ship. So yeah, we'll check that out. Maybe there'll be something interesting that we can see.
So the following is me doing the overnight ghost tour. I got a lot to say about this, but I'll let you guys see it for yourself.
Some parts of the ship have been closed off for so long they don't have enough oxygen to sustain life. If you go wandering into darkened areas, guess how long it's going to be before we find you? All right, I'll guess for you. A really long time.
Because I know.
Yeah. What heads? Huh? We're getting ahead? What's the heads?
Bathroom.
Oh.
You know the whole term?
Man, they said 19 floors?
Yeah, 19 decks.
That's insane.
And we only really go down 3 up to the 3rd.
We're gonna go up this ladder.
Okay.
Okay, especially
Okay.
in this area.
Gotcha.
Yep. We'll have a look-see, and then once we get everybody in, then we'll kind of do what we do.
Do we know the ghost name?
Watch your step.
that's what that green light was.
Yeah.
Danger, high voltage.
Oh, and you can look for thumbprints. Oh my goodness. Have you played Phasmo? Please tell me you played Phasmo.
No. I know of it, but no.
Oh. Look, no, look, it was green.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh.
Yeah, if you want me to point at something, let me know.
What is this room? Printer room?
Looks like it, yeah.
This is where the comms go and they print it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we got
Oh my gosh, it's all grid light. Where is it?
we got the black light, we got the grid light.
I mean,
Technically, a button is a switch.
So who's standing in the center that gets sacrificed?
So this is a high top secret area. You really had to have high clearance to come out here and decode stuff. Does anybody know about this area? So ideally, another reason we have our phones on airplane mode is because it will set off this equipment. Is it creepy in the dark? When that sucker goes off and you look and there's nobody there. One person's got a camera, so show yourself.
Did you come with one of the guests in this room?
Ooh, someone came with somebody.
So somebody brought a friend.
So ultimately, this ghost tour was a pretty big letdown for me. Basically, they started saying like, oh, the ghosts love jokes. And then people just started telling a bunch of raunchy jokes, which isn't, you know, the worst thing in the world, but it just kind of like destroyed the atmosphere of like ghost tour. Like I wanted something spooky and freaky. And none of the ghost tools were working. Like these lights were supposed to be lighting up. The only thing that was happening was like a flashlight was like dimming on and off when they answered questions. And it felt really staged and just not as what like I expected it to be. Like I expected them to come out with like, oh, you know, this soldier died in this room and, you know, like things like that. And they didn't really have that. But that is it for the ghost tour. And it's time for me to go to sleep. And this is the sleeping quarters. I only got a few hours of sleep on the ship, but yeah, I wouldn't do it again. I definitely wouldn't do it again. The ship is definitely haunted, and it's very spooky, especially at like 3 in the morning. It's also very cold, and trying to find the exit in the dark is pretty difficult. I wish they had better signage up for people who needed to leave in the morning. And this actually came with free dinner. I think I showed that in the beginning, but they also had like a breakfast I could have paid for if I had time to stay for it.
Well, guys, that's going to conclude our ghost hunting adventure here on the USS Hornet. Carrier Con was a lot of fun, but I got to catch a flight back to LA, so I need to find my way out of here. I think it's this way. I'm not exactly sure. It's very dark in here. It's hard to believe that, you know, once an anime convention's over and then you're in the venue afterwards and there's just nothing around, and this place is especially weird. It's like it's just a dock now. Definitely think the ship is haunted. This was an interesting event. Arc Knights, World of Tanks, Nikke, a lot of culmination of different fandoms coming together just for war. Next year, I think if I come back, I'm not going to be staying on this ship. I might just get a hotel. To be honest, I didn't look up the hotel prices before I booked the ship because I thought the ship would be crazy. But unfortunately, the hotels were only like $20 more, so I could have gotten a better hotel and had a nice warm bed. But it's fine. It's an experience that I'll never forget, sleeping on board a flight carrier for at least a few hours before my flight. So freaky being out on a dock late at night. It's like something out of like a Batman movie. Noises everywhere. That was one thing with the ship, is that there was just noises everywhere. Buzzings, hummings, grindings, drips. There's all the weirdest noises you can imagine. They should really build a Gundam inside that hangar. Get the Gundams fans out here too. They should definitely lean more into the spooky factor for the ghost tours though. I will say, I think the ghost tour itself is kind of meh. The ship is spooky on its own. The ghost tour was just kind of boring. But that's it for today's video, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. I don't know if I'm going ghost hunting again anytime soon, but that's it. Bye.